Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. This fielded at the 2. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. On first down, Bortles escaping the pressure right. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A good pickup there at 22.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Lucy.
Bortles now on first down. Completes it to Lee. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him.
2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that way. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Demarcus Lawrence. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
Lucy.
On third and long, it's Bortles. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jalen Smith, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter. Back deep is Tavon Austin. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They begin with a run by Smith. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
2nd down, Prescott. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
46. Woo.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give him 12 yards and a 1st down.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
A first down carry for Smith. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Smith. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll... bring up a third down.
Here we go. 488. Here we go. 46. 46.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Flushed out right. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So the Cowboys will punt it on fourth down. As on is the veteran Chris Jones to kick it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Here's Leonard Fournette, 1,000-yard rusher from a year ago. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Hank. 72. Move.
Shotgun now for Bortles. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That goes as a gain of 36 on third down.
Move. 372. Full left. 72.
To throw is Bortles, alluding to pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Move. So right. Hey.
Bortles now to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cole. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Full left. Move.
Throwing is Bortles. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Here's Bortles to throw. Shark's got it left side. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now Bortles. He goes underneath for Yeldon. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Bortles looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And Lambo will put this one through. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
They start out with a run from Irvin, and they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
If it's not one guy, it's another with this defense. I mean, this is the #1 unit against the rush in the entire NFL. They know how to cover for each other, and yeah, they've got great players. They also have very dependable players, too.
Escaping the pressure right. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That goes for a gain of 31.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Now Prescott finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Here go 47. There you go. Here go 47. Gun. Gun. 26.
Now Prescott. Flushed out right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Move.
Fournette, a first down carry. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A minute 59 to go in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
Let's go, let's go.
Bortles to throw on second down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense, so you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific...
And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Here's another second and goal, this time from half the distance closer. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Let's go, let's go. Here we go, here we go. Hey, slow down, slow down. 77. Move.
Here's Fournette. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Josh Lambo now for the point after. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And the lead grows to 10-0. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. Set to return now. Here's Deontay Thompson. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now here come the Cowboys. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left into a double team, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boyer with a pick. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. That had disaster written all over it. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. He'll check this one off to Fournette. It's a gain of 9 yards. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
11B, 11B. 380. 380.
Now Bortles. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Set. 380. 11B. Move. Set.
Bortles. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's Austin. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
23 yards on the play. A 1st down throw for Prescott. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Here we go, 46. 46.
Prescott from the gun. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away. The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Final play of the half. Prescott eluding the pressure right. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there, because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Again, it's Smith. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Dancing. Oh, Prescott stripped. And the Jags grab it. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. but it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
11B, 11B. Green 80. Green 80. Move. 11.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. He finds Yeldon. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Hey, 54, Ricky.
Bortles now on 1st down. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he is all the way up past the 25. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Here we go, 46. 46.
Prescott now. And some room to work. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But you just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Jags take over in terrific field position. The Jaguars' offense now heads back onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Here we go, here we go.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Yeldon. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hank. Hey, follow.
Bortles going to try and throw on third down. And he's got Moncrief. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Dante Moncrief, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. They find some open field here. Tavon Austin, he's going to go. 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tavon Austin, 97 yards. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
This will be taken in at the 1. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll get this up to about the 40. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter. No time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe you change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Safarian Jenkins has it. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Bortles to the former Jets, Safarian Jenkins for the Jags' first down. The pitch to Fournette. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
On 2nd down, here's Yeldon. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Bortles to the former Colt Moncrief for a Jaguar first down. Throwing on first down is Bortles. Being chased out left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
372. You. 380. 380. Throw that.
Shotgun now for Bortles. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Taco Charlton in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
It's all right. Move. Lucy. 372. 11.
On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll run it again with Yeldon. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. And credit the tackle to Taco Charlton with a stop.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. As his guys are in for 6. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Prescott. Looking and finding Allen Hurns. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Dak finding the former Jag Hurns for the Dallas 1st down. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And Beasley with it over the middle. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Prescott now from the 50. Buying time to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 35-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. First down, Prescott. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Calais Campbell, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Second down, Prescott. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time, and now it's 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Prescott to throw it. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
46.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. Forced out to his left. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. They begin with a run by Fournette, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Bortles going to throw.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but when he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 10.
Lucy. So that's 24, Ricky.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Lucy. 372. Hank.
Bortles going to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Bortles again. And down inside the 15 he goes. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
11. Lucy. Green 80.
Into the red zone. It's Bortles. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. And a timeout comes in. The whistle's blown with 3 seconds remaining.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Lucy. Move.
Bortles going to look to throw. And he's going to go down.